Oh, peanuts. Good thing I noticed that. Okay, welcome to more Wavering Waves. As said, using a monitor, so I changed the screen's things so I can, well, better use it. So things are different. I guess it won't be very much effect on a game like this, which I play in full screen, but it will affect other games. Why getting a monitor? I got a smaller laptop. Same stats as the one that failed, but smaller. I was over here, well, doing dailies. Was the last time that guy who reminds me of Sheppo showed up, saying that his sidekick thought she was too grown up to visit a school, and he's saying that we are in charge of choosing the destiny of the school, and we're attempting to figure out what the principal's up to. I need to do that racing event more. Oh yeah, and last time, also last time I messed around high into the sky. Lag. What the? Hey, wait, didn't I just complete this conversation with him? What the?
You have my... Working in this food desert takes a special kind of fortitude.
Well, last time we asked him, what? We convinced... Okay, I don't know, I guess the reset... Okay, we saw what he said last time, so...
Something I'd like to... Didn't go down well. I know, students everywhere shoving snacks at me like it was my birthday. To put it simply, the Exostrider's gone.
Look, I'm just gonna
So,
skip
The
this
synchronous program
because,
needs
well,
to go. Problem is, and by everyone,
because we
I mean
already
President
saw
Mus-
this. Skip. I don't know why it acted. Oh, I'm guessing because it was to this thing. Why is it always? It seems to be light mode. But there, we saw the discount other version. Lag.
students run flea markets on campus? I'm starting to get the hype. Is that the student who dozed off in class earlier? Come on, let's go over.
If we follow this method, the control radius for this series is of
yes, I'm following.
terrible at explaining this, aren't I?
No. So, I'll focus harder.
No, you pay attention to you, and I'll make sure you get your money's worth. Here, I'll write down a third website. Okay?
Okay.
That's why she was drowsy in class. She's been staying up late tutoring her other students.
You're telling me right here? That's insane.
Wow. Waleo's been in the Expedition motorbike program since day one. These bikes here are basically his family.
What do a bike?
What do you say, Otter Alto? About water tennis just pack.
Soulmates sold in a pack. Yeah.
Astro Academy stock model this morning. The rain last 8 days probably felt a little slip on the turns, yeah? Try this one. I tweaked the ABM and ECTS myself. You think straight pro race. In front of
What we're seeing?
No, bikes have been ready for weeks. Last night I was just saying goodbye to them.
Oh, well, that's depressing. I feel bad buying them now.
Hopefully this helps.
Hopefully this helps. Nuke the school. Nuke the students.
You little...
Never!
Please don't fight, you two. Maybe I'll just check out the other stalls.
Don't go, Lisa. You've got a real eye for quality. This piece was meant for you.
Oh, no. She's just a prep student. She doesn't know anything about quality.
The audacity! Just begging for a smack, aren't you?
Sorry, I'm familiar with mechanics, but I can see that this device's internal structure is finely crafted. From the external casing down to the internal wiring, the structure and tree are meticulously designed. Someone put her heart into this.
It's the best thing you'll find in the market, isn't it?
Yes, the best.
Thank you. That means more to me than you know. Honestly, if you found it today, I'd just give it to you. But tell you, I'll give you 20% off. So, Strider, we've achieved nothing. But if we drop our stupid pride and try to put new coming up behind us, then we can still be something.
You want to support them, sure, but support you.
You're selling it to us, also a stinker, user who also has something. Well, technically, she was going to be shipped off to this place when it was, but not as nice and badly so. She was in there.
I will. Oh.
Nothing waiting? You all have me. I, Lucilla, president of Star Torch Academy, will always stand with you. Even if the whole world turns its back. Even if I have to do it alone. Oh, by the way, we just landed a very generous sponsor. The new research fund will arrive tomorrow. That means I'll off this stall. Unless you want to sell your hard work at a loss.
I feel like that's a lie, actually.
Chief Alto, you, wasn't it? You're the sponsor.
Well,
Thank you, Chief Alto.
You're the best.
Trying to get a trip.
Adorable, aren't they?
Sorry, we were out of line.
Out of line for defending work. Not some apology for. Your bravery never was. Listen to me, Shishin. This pioneer spirit of yours, in all of it deserves to be seen by more people. Let go of it.
monitor does, though, seem to slow down some things. I did find when I tested out wavering waves earlier during battle, I felt it was, I don't know, the battle was off, like it was not facing the right direction.
Professor, there's something
About Lottie and the other class. Don't worry. I've already been briefed on their whereabouts.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we lost Rover. I was thinking, I thought she was lost to the ether.
So they turned the reading room into a workshop. Not bad. Kids know how to hustle. Lenny, you broke our little promise. I'm heartbroken, you know.
I promised to show off the Synchronists Club projects. You really think that scrap you wanted me to parade around was gonna win over a single investor? This is what a win looks like. All-terrain, self-propelled artillery. AI-driven multimodal autonomous defense system? Best part is, full augmented resonance effect control. Means zero electromagnetic interference. You could drop this thing in the middle of the etheric sea, and as long as I'm still breathing, I'm still piloting. Auditor!
Present!
If you keep funding synchronist research, then this goes into mass production in 1 year. No, 6 months!
I feel like there's something wrong with this thing.
Mass production?
I know, hard to believe, but just let us show you!
No, that's not what I meant. It's just a Black Sure isn't a mercenary move.
That attacks acid discords like a hot knife through butter.
Leave this to me. Remove the safety delay. Let's give it a test. Be careful.
Activate!
It's gonna go absolutely.
Watch out!
Yeah, saw that happening. And now we shall destroy it. I got it.
Let me take it. Stay tuned, huh? Look at that. One place. Are you all right?
Sorry, Professor. Mr. Alto, and club leader Lenny. I lost control. I'm really sorry.
Nana, please contact Dr. Luke to check on them. Are you all right, Lenny? Go get yourself patched up in the infirmary. I'll handle the rest.
I agree. And I'm not just blowing smoke, Lenny. Controlling delicate equipment through pure resonance is an ability only you synchronists possess. This technology has huge potential, especially if you, maybe, lose the terrifying weapons?
But it's too late now.
It's never too late. I've been talking to new partners. There are many who still want to support us.
We are here to strive for the future of civilization. Startorch Academy will be the cradle for synchronists and the vanguard of our collective hope. That's what my admission letter said. That's what I believed. I knew I was signing up to be one of the Exostrider's 1,000 backup pilots. A spare part. An appendix to a civilization's appendix. And I never regretted it. Strive for the future of civilization?
What, does your resident ability make it rain?
Professor, is it true that no one cares about us now that the Exostrider is gone?
I care.
Professor! Professor!
I used to think this whole synchronous thing was just shuffling students from one class to another. But I get it now. These kids, they aren't fighting to keep their synchronous privileges. They're fighting to protect the synchronous mission. Huh. That's why President Lucilla is so adamant about keeping the program. Emotionally, I'm right there with her. But it's not enough to win over the review committee. Without the Exostrider, the synchronous program is just a drain on their resources.
I don't think Lucilla is the type to wager on sentiment alone. She's definitely holding her plans close to her chest.
Asking for our help while keeping secrets. Or is there some other explanation? Balls in your court, Rover. Our undercover auditor.
Looks like someone did talk.
Please,
I wasn't paying
don't be.
attention.
She's alright.
Ah, darn it. Up the volume? Up your volume. Let me see, what's the wavering wave settings? Okay, again, oh, stupidness. Let's see, up your volume. Well, technically it's late at night, so I'm trying not to talk that loud. If you're still here, probably not. That was like, David talked a while ago. Well, that was unfortunate. My laptop lost power.
I need to stop by the conference hall.
I don't think restarting my closing it out and opening it back up will fix it.
Heading back. Care to walk with me?
So sorry about that. My laptop lost power.
When was the last time you slept?
I can't remember.
The last time you ate?
I did keep track of that. What's the weather like at the Black Shores?
How is she supposed to know that?
It doesn't really change much.
And the food?
A bit better than what we get here.
Just a bit. My students who join the Black Shores barely write to me. Even when they do, they never mention their daily lives. If I do get a sudden call out of nowhere, it's just, "Professor, I have a question." Adorable little gremlins, all of them. As long as they're safe. That's what matters.
So, when are you going to start?
Start what?
Fishing for intel? That Mr. Alto must have put you up to it, right?
We could have just cut to the chase.
Rover, would you let the Black Shores compromise its founding mission of fighting the Lament to get tangled up in superpower politics? Just for my sake? I asked myself yesterday if I really knew you. Turns out, I don't. And I kept going back and forth on what role you should play here. This situation isn't noble, isn't just. It's just businessmen and politicians squabbling over a slice of the pie. But I want this to be a collaboration between Star Torch and the Black Shores. Not because we're friends, but because it makes sense. I put you through this detour because I was afraid that if I asked you directly, you'd just say yes to helping me. So I wanted you to see it for yourself. Judge it with your own measures. That way, when you go back to your people, you can tell them if Lucilla is worth trusting, and if these synchronists are worth fighting for.
Rover, are you still with the President? Change of plans. The new Federation caught wind she was rallying support and moved the review up.
To when?
Tomorrow morning. Technically, that's in 3.5 hours.
Classic New Fed. They probably had a review panel parked outside Lahai for days, just waiting for the Black Shores to show.
How'd they win over the other member states and round up representatives so quickly?
Space Trek Collective budget bylaws. Because the new Fed is a permanent member and rotating chair, they only need half the members to abstain to control the outcome. They likely had this review rigged before it was even proposed.
Gear up, President Lucilla. We'll see how the review plays out and take it from there.
3.5 hours. That's plenty of time. Let's go.
Where to?
The second half of the tour. Are you upset?
About how you dragged me into your plan? Or the things you're still not telling me?
My. Oh, sorry. Call it a teacher trying to keep on her mask? You're still my student on paper after all.
It sounds like you're saying I can just sit back and enjoy the show.
Bet that's not something you get to do every day, is it?
I didn't expect there to be a place like this beneath Rebel College.
Before Sundermere Base was built, this was a research facility for augmented resonance effects and void storm countermeasures. It's been decommissioned for years. The executive committee told me I could do whatever I wanted with the space. So I used my forte to do some light remodeling. Memories of my students that should exist only in my mind. Here, they become real. A tangible piece to display. We still have some time. If you're interested, feel free to look around.
You're using your forte to do all this? How long did it take you to create this?
However long it took, it was worth it. So the ones who stay don't just stay, and the ones who leave don't just leave. The exhibits we're looking for are here.
Behind the wall?
Don't forget, this is my memory palace. Naturally, memory locks require memory keys to unlock. Allow me to demonstrate. This fancy trick only works in this little domain of mine.
What is it?
This is the very reason I built this exhibition hall in the first place. Professor, do you trust me?
Lucilla? You spaced out there. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just had a dream that only lasted a few seconds. Rather fascinating.
Maybe it's a good idea to rest before the review starts.
Don't worry. I promise you I'll crash the second this is over. But right now, we must bring these exhibits with us.
Will a few exhibits be enough to sway them? She usually knows exactly how to sell anything. So why does she look so hesitant now?
Thank you for your trust. I know you have 1,000 questions burning in your mind. How will she handle the new Fed? What's her plan for the Synchronist with the Exostrider gone? Forgive me for not having the answers just yet.
I know you'd never harm the students. That's the only answer I need.
Terrible timing for a compliment, Rover. Anyway, let's take these 2 exhibits and... See you soon, Professor.
Some kind of force pulled us down here. Do you know where we are?
If my memory serves, we're directly beneath the exhibition hall. This way.
Synchronist's cockpit? Was this the prototype?
It looks the part, but this was actually our plan B. Designed without safety limiters to get Synchronist out quick. Let's the Synchronist pilot the Exostrider by force. I know. It was meant as a last resort if civilization was staring down extinction. The project was terminated after the initial trials. The Synchronists who volunteered. In the end, they lost their ability to resonate with the Exostrider ever again. What our students are facing now isn't new. I just hope I can do better by them this time.
Any idea how we might find our way out of here?
With our eyes open, the key should be somewhere here. Excellent. You're catching on quickly.
What's happening?
Something rather unpleasant, I imagine.
Seela.
right, no more jokes. Honestly, anyone watching would think you're the money facing the board. There, I know the way out. Remember what I told you before entering the dark side? About the memories I erase periodically that can never be recovered? Some things I can't bear to remember, but I also can't bear to forget. So I store them here. Looks like some of them are tired of being locked up. Rover, look up. The exit is right above. We can use this key to leave, but I need your help to get there. Everything here is from my memory, but I know you are real. And wherever you are, that must be reality.
I understand. Your reference point. But what about that girl? Are we just leaving her?
Rover, do you have any experience dealing with children? Tell me, what makes a child the most flustered when they're playing hide and seek?
Ah, I see.
Now, come along. Let's treat this little escape as a warm-up for the review. Welcome to the Anti-Void Matter Materials Lab. It's where they first developed the materials for the Academy's anti-void canopy.
What's all of that in the center of the room?
It's a scrap of the day. Even the best recycling can only keep up with so much. Let's look around to see if there are any leads.
I have the photo. Now where is the right spot to project it? Time for class. Hold still. Memories take shape. Memories take shape.
safe. Smart.
Swift and resolute. One with the sounds. Is this artificial retroact rain?
Dear me, this is but a pale imitation. Among the synchronists who survived the experiments, there was one from Jinzhou. Once he realized he'd never resonate with the Exostrider, he returned home and joined the Ministry of Development's Defense Division. There, he and his colleagues worked together to develop Jinzhou's retroact rain defenses.
You're saying the shields against retroact rain and void storms share the same origin?
Not exactly. His approach didn't work on void storms at all, and it was discarded long ago. Before he left the academy, the only things he had to take with him were a few sheets of material buried under that pile of junk. I often wonder, was he just reluctant to let go of his design? Or had he already mapped out how to protect his hometown?
The girl who trapped us here? She must be trying to show us something through this memory.
It seems I've been getting schooled by my own students a lot lately. Let's go. It's time to move on to the next classroom.
This is a testament to my connection with the world around me, and it's very much my companion now, bearing witness to everything I've experienced on this journey.
Do you want to stop and take a rest?
Not even close.
What's wrong?
Stay where I can see you, Rover. We've wandered into an unpleasant memory. It's far too easy to get lost in here.
It doesn't look like there's a way to cross the barrier ahead.
I have an idea. Rover, just go with me on this, all right? Rover, can you step a little to the side?
Like this?
Perhaps a step forward. Maybe a step back. All right, this is the last one. Let's see that beautiful smile. Has anyone ever told you that you're not the most photogenic?
They have now.
No more teasing. This shot will have to suffice.
Your daughter isn't sick. She has been taken for boarding, and it's marvelous for it. Congratulations. I'm certain she'll make an immense contribution to the new Federation one day. Will never become a regular. I don't
Lucilla? Oh, good. Without a reference point, she's getting pulled into the deep end of her memories. I need to find her before much time passes.
Are you still there, Lucilla?
Yes.
Then why aren't you answering?
What do you want me to say?
You could say okay, or I understand. This is the perfect moment. While our opponents are spread too thin, we take the reins. Just like the time you became president. Don't worry about the narrative. We'll play the villain. You just act tough, rope the independent auditor in, and we'll force another round of review. You fight hard. We express our concerns, and then we both take a step back. As long as we ensure our control over the future of the Synchronous program, nothing else matters.
And what do you want from my students?
Simple. We both get what we want. They have talent, and we help them achieve their dreams. And it'll be their choice.
Their choice? Whose dreams are we really achieving?
It will be their choice, Lucilla. My Lucy, I won't speak of your past choices. But tell me, has there been a single choice that wasn't your own?
I still refuse.
There. Just like that. Act tough, fight hard, and then we both take a step back at the review.
From the Academy to the Pioneer Association, then to the Space Trek Collective, and now here. No wonder I was never cut out to be president. Watch out. That's me from the dark side. I use this memory to trap her. When are you going to tell her, Professor Lucilla? President Lucilla? That you've already made a deal with the new Federation? Let's go. You think you can outrun yourself, Lucilla?
Your plan? Are you just following the new Federation's playbook?
Don't let her get to you. How could I ever sell out my students? I have a plan, it's just... That's just her wishful thinking. A moth to the flame, daring the sky with wings of wax. Your students will die because of you. Let's leave this place, Rover.
You could have erased this memory. Why keep something so dangerous locked away?
To keep the sting fresh. A sharp reminder of the cost of slipping up if I ever get too comfortable in the Academy's peace. Let it go, Lucilla. Say what you know is reality. Smile. Let's pick up the pace. Once again, I found the courage to step into this room. Time flows here. Silent and peaceful. The Academy is alive and thriving. We've come so much further than I ever dreamed. I wish you were here to see it. The accident report is indisputable. Cable and... failure leading to flight control abnormality. But the truth is simpler. I approved the plan. I wrestled with it for so long. What's a teacher supposed to do when a student dreams something so brilliantly insane? But she chose the sky. And I thought, at least let her have one chance to fall. Time for class. Oh my.
shape. Hold still. Say cheese.
Is that Sundamir? Are we back before the Starward Riseway was even built?
Most of the students who lost their synchronous status in those force sync trials decided to return home. All but one. She told me it wasn't that she'd lost the Exostrider. The Exostrider had lost her. She said she designed a revolutionary transport method. A rocket piercing the sky. A way to bridge that sky and the Earth. This was the day she tested it. Her first crewed flight.
Then that wasn't a falling star. It was...
a spacecraft. Carrying the most brilliant student I've ever known.
To Sundamir Lookout. Professor, can you hear me?
Yes.
The weather couldn't be more perfect today. Oh, and I just saw a super huge Solaskin. I'll snap a picture for you as soon as I can.
Okay.
Professor? You don't sound like your usual self. Are those investors giving you a hard time again?
No, it's not that. I haven't slept much lately. I'm a little tired. That's all.
Professor, do you trust us?
Hey,
remember that old Huanglong saying? Know the way at dawn and, something at dusk? Ugh, it went right out of my head.
I can't remember it either.
That's okay. I'll look it up and tell you the second the experiment is over. Talk to you soon.
From the way it fell, void matter must have pierced the shielding mid-flight. But if we'd reinforced the coating... What kind of civilization do you think built the Exostrider? If they were that advanced, do you think they'd already defeated the Threnodians? Overcome the Lament? But before they reached the stars, they must have fallen too. Again and again. Go. Be our eyes. Walk with humanity. Please, give this to our teacher. Humanity's smallest step. And everything we had to give.
This isn't good.
Lucilla! Lucilla, wait! Lucilla, your emotions are affecting this domain. It's dangerous.
Staying here is the real danger. Oh, we have to leave. Almost there. As long as we keep moving upward, we'll find the way out.
So this is why you wouldn't tell me what your plan was. This way out you've been building for the Synchronists. It's just a dead end, isn't it?
I don't want the new Federation to lay their dirty hands on my students. But the more I think about it rationally, the more I realize I can't reject their offer. Because on what grounds can I propose a plan that might kill them?
think I know why that girl trapped you here.
What?
You're terrified that your proposal will be their end. You're afraid because you know they'll support any plan you bring to the table. Because you're their teacher. Because no one in this world understands them the way you do.
Another lesson from my own student. Huh. See you later, Rover.
I hope humanity can soar even higher.
I hope humanity can venture even farther.
I hope humanity can weather any storm.
Professor, what's your dream? My dream? My dream is simply to see all of yours come true. See you later, Professor. Let's go. Together this time.
Rover's gonna break this party halfway through the fight.
Mediocre foes. Dismissed. I protect. I witness. Every edge. Come on, get in the shot.
That was pretty buggy.
Professor, can you hear me?
I hear you. Loud and clear.
The weather couldn't be more perfect today. Oh, and I just saw a super huge Solaskin.
Yes, I see it too. You're right. It's absolutely huge.
Great. I thought you weren't gonna believe me. Right. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Was that girl another one of your students?
She is every memory I have of this academy. Students.
I heard that. Bug.
We've come all this way, and I still don't know what your plan is.
That's okay. Everyone's about to find out.
Tired?
That was an excited yawn, Rover.
Well, this patch is probably almost over. This whole entire patch didn't even feel like this was part of the main story. It felt like filler, or just a companion quest. I really dislike having to do companion quests or forced to be part of the main plot. I really dislike when that happens.
Rover, where are you and Lucilla? The other panelists have all taken their seats. The students too. Can we really trust this plan of hers? Anyway, I'm leaving the speech to you.
If I...
Then we'll face it together. See you later, Professor.
President Lucilla, I am Cameron, Permanent Secretary of the Space Trek Collective Board. By appointment of the board, and on behalf of the Investors Conference, I hereby convene this second special inquiry concerning the synchronous program of Star Torch Academy. Pursuant to Article 12 of the Space Trek Collective Charter, President Lucilla, You may now raise any procedural objections regarding the attendees, the agenda, or the draft of this session.
I would like to know the actual composition of this review panel, Ms. Cameron.
This panel consists of 10 members, all from the new Federation. 5 serve as special representatives, and of the remaining 4 permanent board members, 2 have abstained and delegated their voting rights to the Federation. Additionally, we have Mr. Alto, attending as independent auditor on behalf of the Blackshores.
Then, Ms. Cameron, I believe the current composition of this panel fails to comply with charter regulations governing review committees.
According to the regulations, any participant authorized by a board member shall be deemed to hold the same nationality as that member. The panel's composition is perfectly valid.
Pardon the interruption. If that's the case, then Rover, currently a student at Rebel College, can also be considered a panelist appointed by the Blackshores. Here's the paperwork.
Welcome, Rover.
I have no further questions, Ms. Cameron.
Then, per the agenda, I will now relay the investors' resolution, following our previous inquiry. Given that the loss of the Exostrider constitutes a de facto failure of the program, our immediate priority is to establish a compensation plan for the affected assets and students. Furthermore, the board directs that the Synchronous program must be terminated immediately, or at minimum suspended.
My stance remains unchanged, Ms. Cameron. I intend to continue the program.
We require a justification.
Panelists, this is a theoretical prototype for a shield designed to counter retroact rain, created by one of our synchronists. This prototype significantly accelerated the development of Jinzhou's own defenses. It saved countless lives during war against the Vernodian. And the material used in this prototype was originally nothing more than discarded scrap from one of the engineering department's experiments. It was only because its designer was a synchronist, educated in engineering, voice math, and even meteorology, that this material found second life.
You seem to be arguing for the superiority of general education for the Synchronists, President Lucilla. However, general education isn't even included in the program's white paper. I fail to see a link between that and advancing the Synchronist program. The shield is an impressive surprise, but given the cost of gambling on such a slim probability, the cost-effectiveness is simply too low.
Ms. Cameron, panelists, how exactly are we meant to measure the cost-effectiveness of failure? As you can see, this shattered component comes from a failed experiment. One that was not even recorded in the Collective's official gazettes. A synchronist gave her life as the price for validating her theory. 15 months later, this very component became the final piece for the construction of the Star Wars Riseway, the bridge between the Highvoid's Earth and the sky. Humanity does not always set out for the sake of victory, Ms. Cameron. Synchronists know from the day they enroll. No one knows when the Exostrider will awaken, and the odds that they'll be the one to pilot it are slim. Yet they come anyway. They march toward likely failure from the very start. How can we call that a failure of the Synchronists when the Exostrider is the one who managed to live on our world?
Secretary Camera, Black Shore's representative requests the floor.
Proceed.
On the subject of unforeseen benefits from the program, we find ourselves in agreement with President Lucilla. This is a set of disclosable data we just compiled. The significant proportion of current Black Shore members came from Star Torch Academy. These Bloom Bearers demonstrate exceptional capability, talent, and resolve. Traits most common among Synchronists. Furthermore, the Synchronists serve as role models for other students. I believe Rover is better suited to speak on
that. The Synchronous program is a search for a way out for our civilization. When we believed the Exostrider was the only route, then those fit to pilot it were the Synchronists. Now that the Exostrider is no longer a viable option, the ones fit to search for a new way out are still our Synchronists.
Yes, which is why I must disagree with evaluating the Synchronous program purely in terms of cost-effectiveness. I urge investors to reconsider the criteria used to measure its value.
We require a discussion. This session is adjourned for 5 minutes.
Let them see your potential. Let them see your value. But that is not enough.
President Lucilla, following the review panel's deliberation, we fully recognize the potential value of the Synchronists as an independent academic vision, as well as their role model effect. However, as Rover stated, only those who shoulder the burden of finding a new way out deserve the title Synchronist. Therefore, we propose a compromise. Rebel College will be preserved, but all future training must be subject to the guidance and review of this panel. Let's both take a step back, shall we? President Lucilla.
This is it. The final fight, Lucilla. Take a deep breath. Keep your composure. And remember. Everything you regret. Everything brings you joy. Everything you have lost. Everything you have witnessed. The answer you chase. The treasure you give everything to protect. won't be necessary, Secretary Cameron. The synchronous of today. They remain the closest thing this world has to a way out of our civilization. After our conversation with Alpha, we recovered this audio recording from the interstellar probe Farwatcher.
It's nothing more than static.
Even so, it is the only legacy the pioneers of Solaris have left us. We are not alone, Secretary Cameron. Just as our ancestors took shelter in caves, just as the Star Trek Academy was built in the highway, just as humanity itself endures on Solaris. A brave soul took the first step to claim that future.
I fail to see what this has to do with the Synchronists.
Using Rebel College research, we can build vehicles driven entirely by augmented resonance. That means complete immunity to frequency interference. And the training our Synchronists undergo makes them the perfect pilots for these vessels.
But the Strider Gate has been sealed. Not to mention, whatever lies beyond can hardly be called a route.
Who said civilization's route to the future has to go down?
The stars.
President Lucilla, I'm sure you know, any instrument that nears the etheric sea.
I am well aware of that. However, by relying on augmented resonance effects, the Academy can overcome that barrier.
And if it fails, the cockpit becomes a coffin. Is that a chance you're willing to take?
This is our decision. If the answer lies beyond death, then that's where we go. Just wait and see. My brightest students will pierce the sky for all to see.
car will be here soon. I can take it from here.
Thanks for everything, Alto. Really.
You! It was a long day. Kind you don't forget, though. Rover, can you pass a message to the president for me? After a speech like that, the outcome doesn't matter half as much. Anyway, chillax. Everything's gonna be alright. Well, catch you at the Black Shores, my friend.
Yeah. Till next time.
Do I have to log out and log back in?
She's not here. She is likely still at the review hall.
Thank you. I'll look for her there.
I'm sorry.
What for?
If I had been more helpful, perhaps the outcome would have been more satisfying.
This was her battle. You and I have already done our best for her.
Go check on her.
Again, this felt like it should have been completely optional. This felt like it should have been optional. Again, I dislike when games force you to do someone's story. Manners like this, where it felt like it has nothing to do with the actual aligning plot, so it's the school itself. Just felt like side content the whole entire way through. Well, that means now I'm caught up in that story. I should really attempt to try to do this, but I need to build some parties up. I need to complete this event, or complete them. Again, I'll attempt to pull for Lucy's weapon. New region? Not really. It's not really a new region. At the end of it was just it's not really a region. They should really. It's more of an area and region, since there's not much to look at it. So they should really have not said region that. Oh well. Thanks for coming. Oh well, until next time.